This is exactly what I did last year. This is the one big switch that I made. And all of my dreams came true last year when I started doing this. First of all, I want to tell you what you've been getting wrong. Now, this is why you've been suffering so much, because you have the order of creation backwards. So you likely, if you've clicked on this video, you want to figure out how to get what you want in this reality, okay? You want to change your circumstances. So you're focusing on getting things in physical reality. 90% of your thoughts are obsessing over outcomes, material gain. You're either thinking about your SP or, sorry, I never use that word, your SP, or you want your ideal relationship, or you want new friends, or you want more money, or you want a different career, or you want to move country, etc., etc. So you're focusing on the physical change, right? And that's actually exactly what you're getting wrong. You're thinking to yourself, when I get the job, then I will be happy. When I get the relationship, then I will feel loved. When I, whatever it is, lose that weight, then I will be good enough. So you're trying to chase physical outcomes to give you an emotional state. And this is the incorrect order of manifestation or creation in this reality. And that is why you're going backwards, and that is why you're suffering. You might not even be trying to actively manifest things in your reality, but most of the time you're thinking about what you don't have, what you wish to be different. This is a guaranteed way for you to never actually get that thing. So manifestation is not about getting something physically. And I want you to start getting this in your brain immediately. It's not about getting a physical change. Manifestation is simply changing your internal state, and then the external is simply a mirror reflection of the change that has happened internally. So what manifestation actually is, it's not getting something physically, it's getting something internally. It's getting something energetically. And then what you perceive as reality, as physical reality, changes. If you could flip this, and if you could let yourself have the emotional state resonant with your idea of the experience of this physical outcome, then you would actually collapse time and you would draw that outcome to you in a way that is magnetic and effortless. Trying to focus on changing things in physical reality is not how you actually create change. When I started my YouTube channel, I didn't have a camera, I didn't have lights, I didn't have money to buy any of those things. I was living in a house share, I didn't have that nice of an environment to record in. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for something to change in physical reality so that I could get into the energy of being a YouTuber and starting my YouTube channel and start feeling all the feelings and emotional states that go with that. And one day I woke up to this and I said, okay, I need to get into that energy now, and the things that align with that energy will come to me. They will be provided for as soon as I get in that energy. It's all going to align for me. And so I recorded my first YouTube video in the bathroom, in this house chair, on my iPhone with no mic. It was echoey as shit. You can go back and watch it, but it was good. I mean, it was a good video. It was okay. It wasn't bad. I loved making it. It was like I was finally doing it, and I was in the energy of YouTuber. I was finally being who I wanted to be. I felt amazing. I felt inspired. I felt creative. And because I got into the vibration of the desired reality, guess what? The circumstances of the desired reality came to me. So even though it made no sense, suddenly I was given a camera and lights. Suddenly I moved apartment and I had a perfect recording setup to enable me to continue. And a few months later, suddenly I was able to record in the studio, just fell into my lap, okay? This is what I mean. You lead with your energy first, and you don't have to figure out how. You don't have to figure anything out, because with man, this is impossible. But with God, all things are possible. God being the impersonal life force, creative energy that's creating everything in this reality and has already created everything in this reality. You don't need to worry about how. You just need to worry about being in the right energy. And I had a moment one day, I was learning all of this, and I was really starting to realize that I am the creative consciousness. And if I just shift my energy, everything will change from that moment forward. That's all it takes. And I remember very clearly, I was sitting in my office and I opened my bank account and I looked at the number in there, and it was like $800, and it was not great. This is only earlier this year, at the very start of this year, you guys. And I looked at that figure and I had no emotional reaction because I had changed my energy. I said, I am not going to allow my energy to be swayed by this circumstance. I'm deciding to stay in the energy of abundance, to stay in my wealthy identity, to stay strong in this new frequency, in this new vibration, because I know that's all that matters. And if I can just stay in this energy, my circumstance has to change. And that's exactly what happened. My income has not even 10x, probably 50x since that day. Why? Because I stayed in the new frequency, and that's all that matters, because your frequency creates your reality. So how to enter the magnetic frequency? You have to exit the ego, the frequency of limitation, the survival frequency. How do you do that? You need to sit down, relax, and become still. Be still and know that I am God, that you have God consciousness, creative consciousness within you. So step number 1 is to meditate. This is going to cultivate a sense of inner peace and calm and detachment that is so magnetic, because you're going to realize you have the power to choose your thoughts. You have the creative power to decide what your truth is, what your emotional experience is. And automatically, as soon as you begin to separate from your erratic thought patterns and from your ego, your frequency naturally raises, your vibration naturally expands. And straight away, you're going to stop experiencing such a limited version of reality, because you've stopped experiencing such a limited version of yourself and your own energy. So this is your ticket to freedom. If you want to ask me how to meditate, I'm just going to tell you to sit down and close your eyes and be quiet for 30 minutes a day every morning. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do a visualization. You don't need to do anything fancy. In fact, if it feels like a lot of effort, you're not doing it right. All you need to do is sit down, close your eyes, be quiet, and be still. What'll happen is you'll have like a monkey mind for probably 25 minutes, but maybe at the last 5 minutes, you enter just total awareness. That's the point that you want to get to, because from there you detach from the ego, and from there you start rising up in your frequency and in your energy. This is very connected to that, but regulate your nervous system. I'm always going to say this. If you're in fight or flight mode, if your brain is constantly scanning for threats in your reality, you are essentially always going to be in a very negative, constrictive, limited state, and you will not be able to magnetize the blessings that you desire into your life. So you have to regulate your nervous system. And so slow down. Get out of environments that are triggering you and dysregulating you. As much as you can, get out of environments that make you feel unsafe. And from there, you can do regulating practices like breath work, somatic practices. There's so many on YouTube to signal to your nervous system that you are safe, so that you can come out of fight or flight mode. How can you be in a reality of bliss and of blessings if your nervous system thinks you're in danger and running from a bear? It's just not going to happen. So oftentimes you need to slow down so you can speed up. And you will be shocked the amount of little quantum shifts you can make. I know it's really counterintuitive, but if you actually just slow down and allow yourself to regulate and come into your body, you'll start perceiving things so much differently, because your frequency will have changed, and automatically the actions you take will be different, and then automatically the results that you have will be different. But it starts with you being calm first.